Every morning, you wake up with potential in your hands, but instead of building your future, you scroll through someone else's life. Think about that. Before your feet even touch the ground, your phone is already in your hand. Notifications, messages, videos, endless content. It feels harmless, right? Just a few minutes to wake up your brain. Just a quick scroll. But those few minutes turn into an hour. That hour turns into a habit. And that habit slowly turns into a life where your dreams are always postponed, always starting tomorrow. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Your phone is not just a device anymore. It's a distraction machine, perfectly designed to steal your focus, your time, and your ambition. And the scary part? You don't even realize it's happening. You tell yourself you're relaxing. You tell yourself you deserve a break. But deep down, there's a voice inside you that knows you're wasting something valuable. Time. Because while you're scrolling, someone else is building. While you're watching, someone else is creating. While you're distracted, someone else is becoming the person you said you wanted to be. Let me ask you something. How many ideas have you had that you never acted on? How many goals did you set that slowly faded away? How many times did you say, I'll start tomorrow, and tomorrow never came? That's not laziness. That's distraction. And distraction is dangerous because it feels comfortable. It doesn't hurt you immediately. It doesn't look like failure. It looks like entertainment. It looks like just one more video. But every second you give to it, it quietly takes something from you, your focus, your discipline, your dreams. See, success doesn't disappear overnight. It fades little by little every time you choose comfort over growth. You don't lose your dreams in one big moment. You lose them in small moments, repeated daily. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, an hour before bed, another hour in the morning, and suddenly years have passed, and you're still in the same place, still dreaming, still planning, still waiting, but never doing. And the worst part? You start believing that maybe you're not capable. Maybe success isn't for you. Maybe you just don't have what it takes. But that's a lie. You don't have a lack of ability. You have a lack of attention. Your energy is being pulled in 1,000 different directions, and your dreams are getting whatever is left, which is usually nothing. Look around. We are living in a world where people are addicted to distraction. People can't sit in silence anymore. They can't focus on one thing for more than a few minutes. They feel uncomfortable without stimulation. And that's exactly why so many people stay average. Because greatness requires focus. It requires discipline. It requires the ability to sit down, ignore the noise, and do the work, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. But your phone, it trains you to do the opposite. It trains you to seek instant gratification, quick dopamine, endless entertainment. It makes hard work feel unbearable because your brain is used to easy pleasure. And once that happens, everything important in your life starts to feel like a struggle. Reading a book feels hard. Working on your goals feels exhausting. Staying consistent feels impossible. Not because you're weak, but because your mind has been conditioned to avoid effort. And here's the harsh reality. If you don't control your phone, it will control you. It will decide how you spend your time. It will decide what you focus on. It will decide how you think. And eventually, it will decide the direction of your life. That might sound extreme, but look at your habits. Look at your daily routine. Look at how often you reach for your phone without even thinking. That's not control. That's dependency. And dependency kills potential because you can't build a powerful life with a distracted mind. You can't achieve big goals with small attention. You can't create something meaningful if you're constantly consuming. At some point, something has to change. At some point, you have to take your power back. You have to realize that your dreams are more important than your distractions, that your future is more important than your comfort, that your time is too valuable to waste on things that don't move your life forward. Imagine what would happen if you took just 1 hour a day away from your phone and invested it into yourself. 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of building, 1 hour of focus work. That's 365 hours a year. That's the difference between staying stuck and completely transforming your life. But most people won't do it. Because it's easier to scroll. It's easier to watch. It's easier to stay comfortable. And that's exactly why most people never reach their full potential. Not because they can't, but because they don't. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep living the same routine. Wake up, scroll, waste time, delay your goals, and repeat. Or you can break the cycle. You can become aware. You can start making different decisions. Small decisions that lead to big changes. Put your phone down when you wake up. Stop checking notifications every few minutes. Create boundaries. Take control of your time. Because your life is not going to change by accident. It's going to change by intention. And that intention starts with one simple realization. Your phone is either a tool or a trap. It can help you learn, grow, and build your future. Or it can keep you distracted, entertained, and stuck. The choice is yours. But remember this, every day you spend lost in your phone is a day your dreams are waiting. Waiting for your attention. Waiting for your effort. Waiting for you to finally say, enough is enough. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the phone. It's about what you're choosing over your dreams. And if you're honest with yourself, you already know the answer. Now let's go deeper. Because what you're dealing with isn't just a bad habit. It's a silent addiction. And like every addiction, it doesn't announce itself. It doesn't tell you, I'm ruining your life. Instead, it whispers, just one more minute, just one more scroll, just one more video, just one more notification. And before you realize it, your time is gone. Your energy is gone. Your focus is gone. This is how it traps you, not by force, but by repetition. Your brain starts craving it. Every time you unlock your phone, you get a small hit of dopamine, that quick feeling of pleasure, and your brain remembers that. It starts associating your phone with reward. So what happens? You start reaching for it automatically. When you're bored, you scroll. When you're stressed, you scroll. When you're tired, you scroll. When you should be working, you scroll. It becomes your escape from discomfort. But here's the problem. Everything that builds your dream life requires discomfort. Growth is uncomfortable. Discipline is uncomfortable. Learning is uncomfortable. Waking up early is uncomfortable. Staying focused is uncomfortable. So when your brain is trained to avoid discomfort, it will always choose the easy option, your phone. And that's why you feel stuck. Not because you don't want success, but because you've been programmed to avoid the process that creates it. Let that sink in. You're not failing because you're incapable. You're failing because your habits are working against you. And until you fix that, nothing changes. You can watch all the motivational videos in the world. You can set goals. You can plan your future. But if your daily habits don't support your dreams will never become reality. It's that simple. Look at your day honestly. How much time do you spend consuming versus creating? How much time do you spend watching others win versus working on your own life? Because there's a big difference between being inspired and being distracted. Inspiration pushes you to act. Distraction keeps you watching. And most people confuse the two. They watch motivational content, feel fired up for a few minutes, and then go right back to scrolling. No action, no progress, just temporary emotion. But emotion doesn't change your life. Action does. Consistent action, focused action, disciplined action. And that requires something your phone is constantly taking away from you. Attention. Your attention is your most valuable asset. Where you focus, your life follows. If your attention is on entertainment all day, your life will reflect that. If your attention is on growth, your life will reflect that. It's not complicated, but it's not easy either, because you're fighting against something that's designed to keep you hooked. Apps are built to be addictive. They study your behavior. They learn what keeps you scrolling. They show you exactly what you want to see, so you never want to leave. You think you're in control, but you're being controlled. Every swipe, every click, every second you stay on that screen is exactly what it was designed for. And while these platforms are growing, are you? While they're making money off your attention, are you building anything for yourself? That's the question you need to ask. Because attention is currency in today's world. And right now, you're spending yours on things that give you nothing in return. No growth, No progress. No real fulfillment. Just temporary entertainment. And temporary pleasure always comes with long-term regret. You feel it at night, don't you? When the day is over and you realize you didn't do anything meaningful. You didn't move closer to your goals. You didn't improve yourself. You didn't create anything. You just existed. And deep down, that bothers you because you know you're capable of more. You know you have potential. You know you're meant for something bigger. But your actions don't match that belief. And that's where the frustration comes from. You're stuck between who you are and who you know you could be. And the bridge between those two versions of yourself is discipline, not motivation. Discipline, because motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired. Some days you don't. But discipline shows up anyway. Discipline does the work, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline chooses long-term success over short-term pleasure. And that's exactly what you need to build. You need to train your mind to do what's hard, to sit with discomfort, to resist the urge to pick up your phone every few minutes, to focus, even when your brain is begging for distraction. At first, it's going to feel difficult. You'll feel restless. You'll feel bored. You'll feel the urge to go back to your old habits. That's normal. That's your brain detoxing from constant stimulation. But if you push through that phase, something powerful happens. Your focus comes back. Your clarity improves. Your energy increases. And for the first time in a long time, you feel in control again. That's where real growth begins. Not when everything is easy, but when you choose to keep going despite the difficulty. So start small. You don't need to completely change your life overnight. Just take one step. Put your phone away for 30 minutes and do something productive. Then increase it to an hour. Then 2. Build that muscle. Because focus is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. And the stronger it becomes, the easier it gets to chase your goals. Remember this. Your future is built by what you do daily, not occasionally. Daily. And right now, your daily habits are deciding your destiny. So ask yourself honestly, are your habits moving you closer to your dreams or further away from them? Because at the end of the day, it's not about how big your goals are. It's about how disciplined your actions are. And if you can master your attention, you can master your life. But it starts with one decision: to stop letting your phone control you and start controlling yourself. Now imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, and for the first time in a long time, you don't reach for your phone. No notifications, no scrolling, no noise, just silence. At first, it feels strange, almost uncomfortable, like something is missing. And that's when you realize something powerful. You've been filling every quiet moment of your life with distractions. You haven't been giving yourself time to think, time to reflect, time to understand what you really want. Because the truth is, your phone doesn't just steal your time. It steals your clarity. When your mind is constantly flooded with information, videos, opinions, highlights of other people's lives, you lose connection with your own. You stop asking important questions. What do I really want? Where am I going? What kind of life do I want to build? Instead, you get caught in comparison. You start measuring your life against what you see online. Someone else's success, someone else's lifestyle, someone else's journey. And without even realizing it, you start feeling behind. Not because you actually are, but because you're watching everyone else move while you're standing still. That's the illusion. Social media shows you the highlights, not the struggle. The wins, not the work. The results, not the process. So you end up comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. And that destroys your confidence. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you feel like you're not doing enough, even when you haven't even started. But here's what you need to understand. Your journey is yours. Your timeline is yours. And the moment you stop comparing is the moment you start progressing. Because comparison kills focus. And focus is everything. You cannot build your life while constantly watching someone else's. You cannot discover your purpose while drowning in other people's opinions. You cannot move forward if your attention is always somewhere else. This is why silence is powerful. This is why being alone with your thoughts is necessary, because that's where clarity comes from. That's where ideas are born. That's where you reconnect with yourself. But most people avoid silence. They're scared of it because silence forces you to face reality. It forces you to see where you are and where you're not. It forces you to confront your excuses. And that's uncomfortable. So instead of facing it, you escape it. Into your phone, into endless content, into distractions that make you forget, but never move forward. But if you really want to change your life, you have to stop running. You have to face it. You have to sit down with yourself and be honest. Where are you wasting your time? Where are you making excuses? What are you avoiding? Because those answers, that discomfort, that truth, that's where your growth is hiding. And once you see it clearly, you can start changing it. Think about the person you want to become. Focused, disciplined, successful. Do you think that version of you spends hours scrolling every day? Do you think that version of you is constantly distracted? Do you think that version of you avoids hard work? No, that version of you protects their time. That version of you is intentional. That version of you knows what matters and eliminates what doesn't. So if you want to become that person, you have to start acting like them now, not later, not when you feel ready. Now, because waiting is just another form of delay, and delay is the enemy of progress. Start creating space in your life. Space without your phone. Space without noise. Space to think. Space to work. Space to grow. Even if it's just 20 minutes a day. Sit down. No distractions. No shortcuts. Just you and your goals. It's going to feel hard at first. Your mind will wander. You'll feel the urge to check your phone. You'll get bored, but stay there. Because on the other side of that boredom is focus. And on the other side of focus is progress. This is where most people quit. They can't handle the silence. They can't handle the discomfort. So they go back to what's easy. Back to scrolling. Back to distraction. Back to the same cycle. And that's why they stay stuck. But you have a choice. You can be different. You can break the pattern. You can build a version of yourself that doesn't need constant stimulation to feel okay. A version of yourself that is in control. A version of yourself that chooses growth over comfort. Because at the end of the day, your life is a reflection of your habits. And your habits are a reflection of your choices. So choose wisely. Choose what moves you forward. Choose what builds your future. Choose what aligns with your dreams. Because every moment you spend distracted is a moment you're not becoming who you're meant to be. And time doesn't wait. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Months turn into years. And one day, you look back and realize you had the time. You had the potential. You had the opportunity. But you gave away piece by piece to things that didn't matter. Don't let that be your story. Don't let your dreams become regrets. Start now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now, put the phone down. Take a deep breath. And ask yourself one simple question. What can I do today that my future self will thank me for? Then go do it. No excuses. No distractions. Just action. Because this is the moment where everything can change. If you decide to take control. This is where everything comes together. Not in a big, dramatic moment, but in a quiet decision. A decision that most people will never make. Because it's easier to stay distracted. It's easier to keep scrolling. It's easier to delay your life than to take responsibility for it. But if you made it this far, then something inside you already knows the truth. You're meant for more. More focus. More discipline. More purpose. And deep down, you're tired of wasting time. Tired of feeling stuck. Tired of knowing what to do, but not doing it. So now the question isn't what's the problem? You already know that. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because awareness without action changes nothing. You can understand everything about distraction and still stay trapped in it. Unless you decide enough is enough. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Today. Right now. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need motivation. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. Start small, but start seriously. When you wake up tomorrow, Don't touch your phone for the first hour. Protect that time. Use it to think, to plan, to work on something that actually matters. During the day, create boundaries. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Stop checking your phone every few minutes. Be intentional. Use your phone when you need it, not when you're bored. And at night, don't end your day the same way you've been ending it. Scrolling until you fall asleep. That's not rest. That's escape. Instead, take a few minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, did I move forward today? Did I get better today? Did I earn the life I say I want? And if the answer is no, don't feel guilty. Feel responsible, because responsibility gives you power. It reminds you that your life is in your hands, not in your phone, not in your circumstances, in your choices. And the more you take control of those choices, the more your life starts to change. Slowly at first, then all at once. You'll notice it. Your mind becomes clearer. Your focus becomes stronger. Your confidence starts to grow. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Because you stopped running from discomfort and started using it. Because you stopped choosing easy and started choosing right. And that's when things shift. That's when you go from dreaming to doing, from planning to executing, from watching others win to building your own success. But don't expect it to be perfect. There will be days when you fall back into old habits, days when you waste time, days when you feel off track. That's normal. What matters is that you don't stay there. You catch yourself, you reset, and you keep going. Because consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about not giving up. And every time you choose discipline over distraction, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. Think about that. Every small action matters. Every decision counts. Every moment is shaping your future. So stop treating your time like it's unlimited. It's not. Your life is being built right now, whether you're paying attention or not. And one day, there will be no more later. No more, I'll start tomorrow. Just results. Either you built something or you didn't. Either you showed up or you didn't. And those outcomes will be the result of what you chose daily. So choose wisely. Choose growth over comfort. Choose discipline over distraction. Choose your dreams over your phone. Because at the end of it all, it won't matter how many videos you watched, how many hours you scrolled, how much time you spent distracted. What will matter is, did you become who you were capable of becoming? Or did you let distraction steal that from you? The answer to that question is being written by your actions right now. So make it count.